I'm on a mission to stop doom scrolling and get design inspiration in the real world. I left my 9 to 5 and then suddenly I was stuck in my home office getting design inspiration by constantly scrolling on Pinterest and social media. All this helps to lead to is creative block and fatigue, so come on. Let's get outside. So I'm going to create designs based on what I find in the real world. So join me on my mission in 2026 to stop scrolling and start seeing. Despite the freezing cold weather we are having in London right now, I'm looking forward to getting some design inspiration in Shoreditch. I nearly never went. You know, when you're comfortable in your nice warm house, motivating yourself to come out into the cold is a lot. But I'm here and I want to start as I mean to go along. No excuses, it's time to get outside and be inspired. Plus I get my steps in, which is always a plus. There's like this grounding feeling I felt when I started walking through Shoreditch. I'm outside, I'm present, and the art is kind of like it's pulling me into the moment. It's a reminder I needed that design isn't just something that happens on a screen. It's something that lives in the world, it's on walls, it's on buildings, it's everywhere. I love this. I love how the businesses in Shoreditch really think about what their business looks like and how it fits into the area. They really have been creative in terms of the colours that they use. Some have like artworks on the building and just thinking about how can our business fit into the eclectic vibe of this area. Okay, this snow is just doing too much and I'm hungry. I think it's time to get something to eat. Right, so it is literally like a blizzard outside. So I'm still in Shoreditch. I've popped into a really cute Japanese restaurant, so we see what their food tastes like. I think I'm gonna get a prawn curry, but it's so cold I had to come in and get some warm, so we'll see what their food is like. Good morning and welcome back. So it's the next day and Shoreditch was really good, even though it was so cold. Oh my gosh. So I was really quite chuffed with myself that I made it out, even though the weather was forecasted to be pretty bad. I made it outside and I got a lot of inspiration in Shoreditch. The colours, the textures, the different forms of art. It was really good. So my goal for this journey is really to just get inspiration outside, as I mentioned earlier on in a video, and I felt that I really did, and I can see myself continuing to go ahead and get outdoors and find inspiration. So I plan on going outside every 2 weeks. It could be, and even if it rains, I'm not going to let that put me off, because I'll plan on going somewhere next week and it's forecasted to rain all week. So we've gone from cold in London to like wet. Even if it's raining and a day that I choose that I want to get outside, I'm going to go somewhere indoors. That could be a museum and a gallery, anything. I can actually still get inspiration outside, inside, if that makes sense. So I got lots of inspiration yesterday, and then each time I get outside and get inspiration, I'm going to choose 3 pieces of art. So my top 3 pieces of art that has inspired me throughout that journey or wherever I went. But I've got 3 pieces of art that I chose from yesterday. So when I was in Shoreditch, I'm going to print those off, because I feel like sometimes I like to see things physically. It's not, I just don't want everything to be on a screen. So I'm going to print those off now and have a look at those, and then I'll show you my top 3 after I've printed them out. So I've printed my top 3 pieces of art that I'm going to now create a design based on. And these are the designs. So I really like this one. The first thing I thought was K-pop. This is a screenshot of the video. The designs, the colours, yeah. I thought K-pop, the purples, the blues. So I really like this one, something different, something funky. Because the inspiration ideally needs to be really creative, something different from what I would usually design for a website or a logo, for example. Then this one, I liked how everything flows, the machinery, the robots, and even though it is, as I said, based on machinery and robots, which can seem a little bit stiff. They've played around with it, the faces, the expressions, the eyes. It's made it playful, which I really like. And again, I like the colours on the black background, and I really like the texture of the wall on this one. You can't really see it slightly on the printout. And this I thought would be a really good animated series. I like the characters, and again the colours. They just look really serious. Like the expression gives like we're ready to fight. So it could be a good animated series. So yeah, these are the three. And I decided on this one. So I'm going to create a website, so like a homepage based on this piece of art. So you've now seen my top 3 pieces of art that I found on my walk in Shoreditch yesterday. So what I'm going to do now is create a web design page based on a business idea I've created. So each week I'm going to, based on a piece of art that I really like, so from my top 3 I'll then pick my top 1 and create a design based on that. So it might not necessarily be a web page. Next week it could be a logo, it could be a new font, it could be anything based around design. But as my main kind of area in design is web design, I thought it'd be good to create a web page for my first piece of work. So I had to think yesterday about what I wanted to create, and I've decided on a business called Midnight Market. So it's like a night market inspired by Asian culture with a mix of pop, K-pop in there as well. So there'll be different areas and zones where there'll be events, music, people can shop, eat food. So like a box park vibe. So for people that are not based in the UK, I think box park is only in the UK, maybe it's based in other parts of the world as well. But for people that are not familiar with box park, it's like an area or different spaces around London, and it kind of gives a market vibe, but anyway, it's like street food. You can go buy lots of different variations of food. You can shop there as well, and they have events and music and games. So I want that kind of vibe, but it'll be like a night market. So what I'm going to do is Blue Peter Art Attack, what I did earlier. So I'll show you some sketches I made, and then I'll let you know what one I'm going to go for, and then we can design the webpage together and see what it comes out like. So these are the sketches that I've created for Midnight Market. I created 4 different variations with different header images, playing around with layout, text, text style, typography, shapes. I decided to go with version 2. So let's get started. I chose a header image that has colours that are similar to the piece of artwork that I've chosen, but I felt like it was too bright, so I added a layer on top of that, like a gradient layer, turned down the opacity so it helps it tie into the night market theme. Now I'm adding in the logo. I used a graffiti style font similar to what was used on the t-shirts on the piece of artwork, and then changed the colour so it can be seen a little bit more clearer on the header image. Next I'm adding the navigation, changing that to purple, and then I'll add in the different areas within the market, including food and drink, music, shop, etc, etc. I used a lot of the colours from the artwork, so I just used the colour picker to pick out different colours that I liked. So here I'm adding in the header image CTA, so explore the market, so customers will click on that and they'll go to different areas that they can see are within the market. So I'm using the pen tool here to create a curve, and then I'm going to add some text onto that using the pen tool, again making the background of the home page a light purple colour as well. So here I'm adding in an about area. So so customers or users that land onto the page can find out what the market's about. I played around with the font again, adding the graffiti style font into the different areas of this about section. A main part of the market is the street food, so I wanted the second image that users see when they land on this page to be food. So here I'm playing around with the header text, different angles and positioning of this text, similar to what I had in the sketches. That looks good. I like that. So I'm going to add in the market zones area, so there'll be events, customers can shop, buy food, etc. The purple's too bright, so I've changed it to black. Then I'm adding in all the different zones. That's done. I'm adding in a nice image. I really like this image because the colours, the style really reflected the piece of artwork that I've chosen. Then I'm adding in a curved style text again and layering that on top of the image. And now I'm creating the footer area, adding in the logo and just general elements that are usually in the footer, like explore, contact, social media icons, privacy policies, copyright information. And here it is, the final piece of work. Midnight Market. That was a really good exercise. I enjoyed just being creative and thinking out of the box. Naturally, if this was a client piece of work and I had more time, I could really think about the UX, the user journey, the user interface, the look and feel, etc, etc. But obviously I was on the clock, so I created the design very quickly. But it was a really good exercise and I'm looking forward for episode 2, where I'll go out again and find inspiration outside of my home. I hope you yourselves got inspired and inspired to go outside and find inspiration and create something for yourself, like a passion project. Obviously, again, if I go back to the time that I had, I'm limited on time because I am working on 2 pieces of client work, so I didn't have the time to spend days and days on it. So that's why I created it hackathon style. But yes, that was really good, and I will see you in the next episode. Take care, have a good one, guys, and I'll see you in episode 2.